even in the hot sun, when you go to that pot to take water, it's always cool. You understand? So now people be like, you can't, anybody that's bringing that into their own house now, people think they are using it for something negative.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So
Good day, guys. Welcome on board to our YouTube channel. So I welcome you officially to the episode 7 of Real G's podcast. So I have with me,
Olayinka John.
okay, I'm your favorite host, Boniface Faith. So I hope you did enjoy today's episode as we are going to be portraying more light on the youth. So our topic today, or our focus as a Nigerian youth. So, Mr. Olayinka John, I hope you're ready for this.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay. So, what's your take on the current state of Nigeria and how do you think we can improve it?
Well, Nigeria is in a state whereby everybody is not trusting if the president or the government body are doing the rightful thing or not, because it's kind of hardship. Everybody, even the rich, they are passing through the hardship time. And I think, looking at the situation on ground, the way we can improve this is we need the government to try to address us, to tell us what is really happening, because a lot of people, we just feel like we're in the dark.
Okay.
They're just they are passing different kind of what's it called, law, or different kind of bills that to some extent I think the masses deserve some explanation. Okay, if you are spending more money on electricity or resources or anything, let us know. We need to, like, though they can't speak to everybody, but the president needs to come out and address the masses.
Wonderful. So how do you think the government can support young entrepreneurs and innovators?
Yeah, God bless you. Now, in that aspect, when we talk about empowerment, this country really need what we call empowerment.
Okay.
Because a lot of people, if you go out there now, before you take a 5-kilometer walk, you see a lot of businesses here and there, private businesses, everybody's trying to survive. So the government needs to try as much as possible to provide what we call social amenities.
Okay.
If there's electricity, there's good road, there's water, and all these normal social amenities, even small scale person will be able to survive. At least they won't find difficulties to get their goods from a far distance. They won't spend much. They won't spend high cost on their transportation of their business. So with that, they'll be able to help everybody. So if they now want to do an empower program that can, probably give people grant or loan, that will not be something that they can do later. But I want to believe that the solution, that what can solve the issue of helping everybody, even though the rich and the poor, is trying to work on the social amenities.
Wonderful. So Mr. Olayinka John is actually portraying more light on government or providing social amenities. So what's your take on that? So what the most significant challenge facing Nigerian youth today and how can we overcome it?
All right. Now, looking at the youth nowadays, the major significant issue we are having is education.
Okay.
Education is not like before anymore. Like, the way youth see education now, they see it as, even though you go to school or you're bad, even though you don't pass through school, just try to have money. But sometimes money is not everything, because when you have money and you don't have this sense of how to spend it, or the direction of how you should channel your money to, then to some extent it's as if you are wasting your resources. So the education aspect, government needs to try as supposed to help the masses, because our education is getting watery day and day. A lot of students, they believe after graduating there's no job outside there's no employment opportunity, so they feel like going to school is not even necessary. But meanwhile, it's necessary, because I won't lie to you, if to some certain extent we have literate people in a vicinity, it is very easy for them to call themselves around to address things that they think they can do. It's not everything government will do. In some environment, there are some things that individuals should come together. That's why we have CDA, like the Community Development Association.
Okay.
If that kind of organization can help, at least there are some things that they can do, like street light. It's not everything we wait for government to do. So the issue is, when we are enlightened, we are educated, we should see that not everything government will do for us. There are some other things we can also do to contribute to
Wow.
what is happening in the country.
Very good to know. So, what role do you think social media plays in shaping Nigerian youth culture?
Yeah, if you talk about Nigerian youth culture, I will tell you that, in fact, at some certain extent, Nigerian youth are not taking culture like before, because social media has brought, don't let me say a negative things. Social media has brought both positive and negative, but most especially the negative aspect is more than the positive aspect, in the sense that we want to live our life, the kind of life of how they live in other places, the whites, and the thing is this: in their own area, that is how their lifestyle of their when they talk about their nature and their what's it called, their culture.
Okay.
That's how they live their own culture. So we are now forgetting our own culture and trying to
Live another
live
man's
another
culture.
people's culture, and this is as a result of the enlightenment of social media, because you can be here and browse what is happening in any country.
So, can you share a personal experience of overcoming a difficult situation?
About social media or general
General,
all
general.
right, now when we talk about that, like I am a business owner. I own a business, and some areas whereby when I talk about social amenities the last time, electricity has always been one of our issues in this country,
Okay.
and we spend a lot of money on fuel, and the government are not really maintaining our resources very well. I didn't mean we are maintaining our resources very well. At least fuel fuel should be, even a poor person in this country should be able to get fuel at a lower price in compared to other country, because it's been the origin is from here.
Okay.
So, and when I face issues and challenges like that, many times there are some problem money can solve. There's some problem money cannot solve. So that's why every humans need what we call mentorship.
Okay.
So someone probably in your role of business or your line of business that is something related to what you are doing, you can meet with them, attend programs, enlightening programs in related to your field, probably your business or way around. So sometimes the problem you are facing presently, some people might have faced that problem, but when you talk to them about it, when they advise you, it's not every advice you take, but at least there's no how you cannot experience everything. So you have people that can help you, talk you out, encourage you. And with that, there's no how big the institution can be, you definitely overcome.
Okay. So, how do you think we can promote unity and reduce tribalism among Nigerian youths?
Yeah, promoting unity. I think we need to try as much as possible to forget what we call religion and tribalism. Because one of the major issues we have in this country is tribalism issue. We have and one of the major things is we have many languages.
Okay.
And the general language, which is English, should be something that can bring us together.
Yeah,
Since
no, no.
each and every, there's no how, either you are Igbo, Hausa, or Yoruba. At least we have elders, leaders that understand English.
Yeah, sure.
So this should be able to to be able to help us to be able to come together, see things in a one direction. The issue we're having is we are seeing things in a different direction. Hausa might think probably because Yoruba is there, they are not doing things that is favoring them. Okay, but now we need. That's why I explained earlier that the government needs to call us and tell us what is really happening.
Okay.
So we need people to represent us so that they should talk. Let us know what's really happening. If it's that okay, they need to settle some things first before they can do all the things we want. What are the way forward? But a lot of things are just being done by them. They can pass any law at any time. So we are not even involved at all. Okay. So I think if every one of us can come together like as a representative, so from each tribe, try to let us see that being a Muslim or a Christian or a traditionalist is not a barrier for a way forward. What we need is a oneness and love. We need to what? We need to try as well to make sure that love breaks it amidst every one of us. At least we see other countries. More of the things that help other countries is because you see an American soldier now, they are ready to die for their country. Yeah, sure. It's because of the law. So if we can try to what to pass the message across to every one of us that we need to love our country, and that's why they will say that if any American people wake up and they say God bless America,
Oh.
How many of us would wake up and say, God bless
No, no,
Nigeria?
no.
So it's somehow. But we need to try to understand that Nigeria is for every one of us.
Okay.
So that is it.
So as a Nigerian youth, what's your favorite Nigerian food?
My favorite Nigerian food is rice and beans.
Why?
Why? Because anytime when I was young, my mom normally prepare a fried stew specially for rice and beans.
Okay.
If you are in the fourth flat and my mom is preparing that stew, no how no how you know that this woman has started again.
Okay.
So anytime even when I'm coming back from school, I could just perceive that. That's always my happiest moment because anytime my mom is just preparing that stew with what's it called? I don't know. She normally mix all everything together, but my own is just I normally enjoyed
Yeah,
it.
coming home to come and eat.
Yeah, I'm coming up to come and eat. So it's always something that I always.
So how do you think the education system can be improved or better equip Nigerian youths?
Yeah, when we talk about education, I think the source should be what we call, I believe that Nigeria doesn't have record.
Okay.
So because we don't have record, that's why a lot of these things have been affected. So we need to work on what we call record keeping.
Oh.
There are some students in school, they are rusticated and they are still in school for many years. And at home, they are still collecting money as if they are in school. I get my point. So we need a proper monitoring from the government.
Okay.
The government need to help the educational sector to keep record. Each and every student that is not performing well and is not probably the name is not on the register, you should try not to do follow up, call the parents, make sure that this person send the parent a message and email. Let them know what is currently happening. Okay, the result of every semester should be sent to the parent. The government cannot do the work alone.
And what of a lot of youth that happens not to have the opportunity of parents sponsoring their education,
Good. This is it. Like I said, if I'm a business owner, I'm a photographer. Before you can learn from me, I always encourage that I want to see someone that can guarantee that you are coming from this place,
Okay.
like a guarantor. I get my
Or
point.
guidance.
Guidance. God bless you. So every student should have a guidance, despite the fact that even though they are orphan, they should have like a brother, uncle, or thereabout.
Okay.
So that they can call because this thing, when that person happens to probably commit any offense, someone that they can call on that can stand in gap. Because that's how some organizations whereby they try to borrow people money, they will enforce it that you must have a guarantor.
Sure.
Which is supposed to be so. You need to have a guidance. So because things are happening now, technology age is coming in play. Education is getting watery. People believe they can just go online and get what yet. After being graduate, they'll tell you that this person has been satisfied in education and in moral. So that moral aspect also needs to come in play. So government needs to to keep more record and try to, spend money on the educational sector.
Wow.
So that's what I think they can do.
So can you share any book or podcast session that has inspired you as a Nigerian youth?
How? In that aspect, I will talk about. I have a particular program I watch online like many years ago. I think I could not remember the name of the person, but the title of that book is Book of Life.
Okay.
So those like the man and the woman, they live like in a garden.
Okay.
And that there's a man that traveled down there to interview them and to get some facts from them.
Okay.
And during the period of whereby I watched the podcast, it uploaded online, I was inspired because these people were able to start from small, two of them together, even before they have started having their children, kids. So later they have a big organization. I think the husband was, it was not sacked, but I think he has issue with his job, and the wife also has issue with the job. But two of them, they come together and they started doing something with their hands. So before you know it, at least I don't. The world doesn't recognize them as the richest person, but they are one of the richest if they check it through between 1 to 50.
Okay.
And these people have really helped a lot of life through their own story.
Okay.
Because most times they say experience is the best teacher.
Okay.
So their life has really impacted in my own life too.
So as a Nigerian youth, how do you balance tradition and modernity in your daily life?
Yeah, when we talk about tradition and modernity, now you see, someone said something. He said, being modest is not only when you are dressing decent. Modern also talks about character.
Okay.
So now I will try to bring that together because
No,
many
let me get this right. Modernity,
modernity. Okay,
then
modernity and
tradition.
tradition. All right. When we talk about modernity and tradition, you see, as we are growing, technology age is coming into play.
Yeah, sure.
I get my point. And you see, tradition is something we should not forget. And when we talk about uh, modern, modern is something that is really helping us to see things in a different way.
Okay.
I get my point because it's like bringing an enlightenment into play. Probably in the olden days, the way we see things is not the way we see things now.
Yeah, sure.
So then we have like there's something we call in the Yoruba we call it koko, like a mud pot. When we are young, then even in the hot sun, when you go to that pot to take water, it's always cool. You understand? So now people be like, you can't anybody that is bringing that into their own house now, people think they are using it for something negative.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So they'll be like, well, you be able to buy fridge now. So and which is cool. Since you have electricity and you should be able to do things that is not necessary because it will look like something else.
Like you have fetish.
Yeah. I got in a car with one of my clients then, and she put this pot on the seat. But I was eager to ask her, like, man, this what was it for? She was not like it's seed that is inside. That she want to go and plant the seed in the what's it called in a new site. But to prevent the seed, she need to put in something in that kind of container. So if I didn't mean I didn't have, I would think otherwise. Because I believe like this day, why are you still doing with all these things? So that is just it.
Okay. So, so can you share a memorable experience from your childhood?
Wow. Well, let me say, because when I was young, I'm very, very stubborn. I've done a lot of things that even me, I cannot even imagine at least at this age. So, but when I was young, I so much love photography because I started photography when I was 8.
Wow.
So there was one of my friend then, I think the mom came from America, bought him this analog camera. So, and then stylishly he gave it to me as a gift. So then I started taking pictures. I give to one of my sister. Then they helped me take it to lab to develop that. Then it was developing not memory card. Then they would develop it and print it out. But the first day I saw what I took in a printed paper, oh God, I was amazed. I was like, wow, I did this. So then I started having interest more in photography.
Okay.
So that was when, after my school and everything, I told my dad, frankly speaking, sir, I need to learn this thing before I go to school because I see it's something I love so much. I love to record people's memory, try to keep their memory for them, make their memory beautiful and stuff like that. So, that time during that period when I was 8, I want to believe is one of my memorable time when I was
Very good to know. So, what message would you like to share with fellow Nigerian youths?
All right. What I'll try to let fellow Nigerian youths to know is this: you are capable to do anything. Nothing should be a barrier or nothing should be a limit. And one thing is I got to know something recently that whenever you are trying to eat to the top, some of the things will come up like challenges.
Okay.
Just try as much as possible to steadfast. Trust God. No matter your tribe, no matter anything, trust God that this thing cannot last forever.
Yeah, sure.
Because one thing I believe is everybody will become an history. Even though you have the whole world, you still become an history. So try as much as possible in anything you are doing. Always trust God and always let you find yourself doing something. Because I could remember then when I started all these things, and the way I'm seeing my photography now, I'm seeing myself as in the next 5-10 years. In fact, I could not even imagine what I will see myself. I will see myself global. So I want to believe that if every youth can dream high. Someone said something which I hold. He said, if your dream is not bigger than you, there's not a dream.
Yeah, sure.
Your dream must be bigger than you. So, and a teamwork makes dream work. So try to find people of a like mind, people that can encourage you in your line, people that are working in line with you. You can't have interest in literature and start reading something that is not a part of literature.
Yeah, sure.
So find people that make it in literature and encourage yourself in that line. So when you are choosing people as a mentor who is in line with what you love doing, you find it easy to achieve because they will tell you some things that it will really help you. Though during their own time it might be a mistake, but to your own time, it will have been a lesson to learn. So, and if you can do that, then definitely the sky is your starting point.
Wow, wonderful. So, thanks for your time on today's episode.
Thank you very much.
Our viewers, I have here with me Mr.
Olaika
Olaika
John.
John. I really enjoyed this podcast today because I myself learned a lot from it. So, welcome
Thank
once
you very
again.
much.